him to end up in Cedar Falls. He told me he played against 7 guys on this UNI roster going back to his high school days and was AAU teammates with both Bowen Bourne and Titan Anderson. Before the game, Evan was able to share a moment with Bowen. He said throughout the week they've been texting back and forth. We'll see how that matchup ends up today. Steve, Greg, I got to imagine that AAU team was probably pretty good.
That was probably a pretty good team there in the state of Iowa. Noah, thank you very much. And we're underway here. Northern Iowa won 6-7. Belmont won 6-7. Both teams tied for second here in the Missouri Valley Conference. Bruins with the ball first. Already the shot clock under set on the opening possession. Drew Friberg takes the lid off the scoring here to start the afternoon.
Yeah, perimeter switching, got the matchup. Bourne posting up, post defense, and Friberg scored over the top.
Starting lineups presented by RJ Young, technology solutions that power your business. James Betts, the forward with it up top. And there you see Bourne, the conference's leading scorer. 5 to shoot. Betts forced to launch a deep 3, and that one rims out.
Yeah, Betts was on fire during warm-up, so Bronze has really got to extend that perimeter defense.
For Belmont, you see Friberg, who had the first 2 points, coming off a night at Valparaiso on Tuesday where he was just 1 of 5 from downtown, but he can really fill it up. As can that man, Keyshawn Davidson, a 41% three-point shooter, and good for Belmont to see him hit his first shot.
He's hit so many big shots throughout this season, especially at the end of the game against Bradley and Chattanooga.
Nice cut inside, and now a look outside for Duax, who answers with a 3 on the other end.
Yeah, only his 3rd three-pointer in league play, but open and on balance.
Friberg with the answer, but it rims out. He tried to come back on the other end. Friberg, a 49% three-point shooter this season. There's Betts. Shot blocked by Bronze.
Yeah, he had 4 Tuesday night against Valparaiso, Steve.
51st career block. And now he goes up for the dunk on the other end after the terrific find by Shepard.
Yeah, we saw a lot of that in this recent stretch where Bronze 3 straight double-figure games. His defense is fueling elevated offense.
You can already feel the difference with the students back as Betts drives right down the lane for the easy 2.
Yeah, again, you can see the spacing there and the threat of the three-point shot by Betts. You just don't want to crowd too much and give drive and kick angles.
Shepard for 3.
Thought we would see an up and down game, and that has certainly been the case. We haven't even played 3 minutes.
Couple early 3s. Bourne tries to answer, and he does on the other end. Heating up on both sides.
That was a tough shot. Shepard was right there.
First bucket for Bourne, who's averaging just a tick under 20 points per game, leading the Valley in that statistic. Shepard lost it in the lane, and the steal by Northern Iowa.
No shot. No way he does it to him. Yeah, nice try, you thought. You're trying to hit the Curry slide. You're not him.
Now we've got an offensive foul as Betts gave the hip check as Davidson was trailing Bourne.
Yeah, it's been a point of emphasis this year. So many teams, the bigs doing elbow entry, dribble handoffs, and just trying to gain the advantage. And there again, you see Davidson trying to crawl over the top, and Betts the player control foul.
First foul of the afternoon sends Betts to the bench, and Cole Henry, good freshman, into the game for the first time. That ball poked away and stolen by Titan Anderson, his 29th steal of the season. It's a team high. Bourne had a tough pass there, was able to get it to Anderson, who looks inside for Henry. Bronze with good defense forced him to send it back out. Anderson back inside for Henry, who lays it up and in.
Good pass by Anderson. Kept a dribble and kind of a whip over the shoulder pass.
Henry had 14 points off the bench against Murray State on Tuesday night. He's really growing into his role in conference play for Ben Jacobson's team. Shepard tried to thread the needle there, and another steal by the Panthers. Duax in transition, cut off by Friberg. Anderson tries to muscle it up and draws the foul underneath on Evan Bronze. Back and forth we go here in the early going in Nashville, tied at 10. Knotted up at 10 here between Northern Iowa and Belmont. Time for Keys to the Game, brought to you by Ascent Federal Credit Union.
Yeah, Steve, first for Northern Iowa, defensive continuity. They've really shored things up in defending the three-point line. Teams right around 30% during this four-game win streak, where it's been up near 40 prior to that. And again, remember Titan Anderson at time, and again, no pun intended, given that the Panthers are in Nashville with Nashville's NFL team. Titan among NFL college basketball leaders in double-doubles. He'll go to the line out of the break. For Belmont, keep attacking the rim. Had 36 points in the paint against Valparaiso, and the Panthers are 12th in the Missouri Valley in two-point field goal percentage defense. And stick to the game plan. You've seen 3 turnovers in the first media timeout. Make Northern Iowa work. Sure passes and sure dribbles. That's really keyed the Panthers during this stretch of play. They're creating more turnovers and getting some runouts.
It's a Panthers team that doesn't foul very much on the defensive end and gets to the line a lot. Titan Anderson knocks down his first foul shot, averaging a double-double in conference play. Got them both. 14 points, just under 10 rebounds for the season. And he gives Northern Iowa a 2-point lead. Shepard over for Tyson, and he knocks down the triple.
Yeah, again, really difficult to guard that action. Anderson squeezed on the roll, and by the time he got back out, Tyson had an opening for 3.
Tyson, Mr. Basketball in the state of North Carolina last year, leads all freshmen in the conference in scoring at 13.1 points per game. Henry the miss in the lane, and now Belmont with a chance to build on that 1-point lead. Bruins have hit 5 of their first 6 shots from the field. Friberg from the corner, and he buries it.
Needed it, Steve. He was one of his last 9 dating back to the Missouri State game. He's been right around 50 all year, so it was a standard that was going to be hard to keep. Big shot for Belmont.
Now 63 of 130 for the season from outside the arc. He's got 199 career three-pointers. Henry in the paint again. Guarded there by Derek Sabin, who checked into the game after the timeout. Anderson with 4 on the shot clock. Down to Henry, got to hurry. Got it off, but can't get it. Shepard, deep 3, and Belmont is on fire from outside early.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Duax lost his balance initially when the ball reversed back. Gosh, Steve, what was he, 5 feet behind the line? Shepard 2 early threes, and Belmont, I think now 7 of 8 from the floor in the first 5 or 6 minutes here.
And 5 of 6 from 3. It is a 9-0 run, and a timeout taken by Ben Jacobson and Northern Iowa. We've talked a little bit about it before the game. This is a Northern Iowa team that will give you a look from outside the arc. So far, Belmont's making a bet.
Yeah, it was fascinating in the game prep, Steve. Only 5 teams in America have surrendered more three-point field goal attempts than Northern Iowa. 450 on the season, about 26.5 per game. But during this recent stretch of success, teams are not making as many as they had in maybe the first 2/3 of the schedule. And that was the case, and certainly their victory against Murray State. The Racers really cooled in the second half, and Northern Iowa made that huge run behind Bourne and Anderson. So Belmont, 5 early threes, but can't forget the paint as well. It was one of the keys off the top. Can't rely exclusively on the three-point shot.
Ben Jacobson in his 17th season in Cedar Falls, 330 wins. He's the Missouri Valley Conference Coach of the Year last season, as he's got a foul on the drive by Anderson. That'll go against Michael Shanks. 5-time Missouri Valley Conference Coach of the Year. And I think he's done a terrific job this season. He had the regular season champs last year, but lost a couple of key guys from that team in A.J. Green and Noah Carter, replacing a lot of new faces. Doing a great job because of that guy, Bowen Bourne. There's a 3 missed from the corner by Trey Campbell. Both these teams, a lot of newcomers on the roster, finding new roles. Got off to a bit of a sluggish start in the season, but have really found their footing here in 2023. Tyson on the drive with the stuff.
Yeah, again, had a cross match early in the possession. Bourne on post defense. They were able to switch back late, but a miscommunication and a poor closeout gave the driving lane for Tyson.
Make it an 11-0 Belmont run. Northern Iowa's gone more than 3 minutes without scoring now. Landon Wolf, sharpshooter into the game, finds Henry, and the drought is over for the Panthers.
Yeah, good finish. Henry up over Shanks. It was a good skip pass out of the double team by Anderson.
Tyson gonna try a 3 this time. That one off the mark. And we have a foul underneath on the rebound, and that's gonna be 2 on Michael Shanks.
Like he had inside position there battling for the weak side rebound. Shanks was a huge spark really during the last 3 wins for Belmont, 2 on the road. Was all over the place in the first half against Valparaiso.
The bench has been key for this Belmont team. Casey Alexander plays a lot of guys just to keep his rotation fresh, but they've been really productive. A season high 33 points in that win at Valparaiso on Tuesday. Very deliberate on the offensive end. Anderson looking for Henry. On the block. The freshman goes back up with the left hand. That one misses.
Yeah, Saban, limited minutes, but he provides such great post defense. And again, Shepard, it's 2 speeds, Steve, fast and faster.
Shepard draws the foul on Trey Campbell. First foul on Campbell, second foul against the Panthers. Ben Shepard, 6 points here in the early going, and it's Belmont on top by 7 after the emphatic slam by Cade Tyson.
Someday. Someday.
We all have things we hope to do someday. With great deposit rates from Ascend, we're here to help make your someday soon. Ascend Federal Credit Union. Open your account today.
And what if I need help picking a plan?
State Farm's here to help.
What up, Bo?
Okay, guys.
What if he's not actually 7'4"?
We good? Yeah, we good. Good work today, boys. Oh, it's a living.
At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs. Get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. Ticket Smarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the Ticket Smarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at Ticketsmarter.com.
Today's game's presented by Ascend Federal Credit Union, banking without the bank. Hey, Belmont fans, you choose the game that works for you. Flex Packs on sale now and allow you to pick the games that fit your schedule the rest of the season. 10 and 20 packs are on sale now, and each purchase includes a $10 gift card to Puckett's, the official barbecue of Belmont Athletics. Go to BelmontBruins.com or call 615-460-2255. Belmont red hot from the field to start here in Nashville. Bruins 8 of 10 from the floor, 5 of 7 from 3, and they built a 7-point early lead.
Yep, you just can't forget about the rim, Steve. You know, a lot of times teams make early threes and then they fall in love with it. Belmont should, because they're shooting 40% on the season. But got to be prudent and look for good shots as both teams coming back with some subs.
You saw Casey Alexander there in his 4th season on the Belmont bench, 89-25 the record, going for his 7th straight 20-win season overall. Great move by Jacoby Gillespie all the way to the rack.
Well, that was a gorgeous split of the double team on the screen roll, and then the hesitation dribble to get all the way to the rim.
Gillespie coming off a career-high 15 points at Valparaiso on Tuesday. That was a fantastic move by the freshman. Double team on Campbell. Able to get rid of it to Betts, who takes the 3 from the corner, missed it, and the rebound to Belmont. Isaiah Walker in transition buries the 3.
Yeah, nobody step up and stop the ball, Steve. And against some teams, that's a poor shot, but against Belmont, the way everybody can shoot the 3. Great back cut, Campbell.
Backdoor to Campbell, nice find by James Betts. 26-16. E.J. Bellinger tries the 3, that one off the mark. A rare miss by Belmont early on. Another 3, that one a miss from Betts. He has not been shy in the early going. 38% three-point shooter. Bellinger on the drive, able to get all the way to the rim, but missed it. Second chance here for the Bruins, though, after the offensive rebound. He was looking underneath for Friberg that time, but it was batted out of bounds by Northern Iowa.
And coming back with Henry for Betts. And again, during pregame, Betts put on a show and showcased his three-point shooting ability. But again, those were open on balance here in the game. A little bit quick on the trigger at times.
Evan Bronze, who's been terrific the last 3 games with 33 points. That ball knocked into the backcourt, so no over and back, with just 4 on the shot clock. Gillespie's got to hurry. He'll launch a 3, and he hits.
Saw that against Valparaiso. He hit that baseline high arcing one, and I don't know if there was an inbounds violation or what here.
Just stopped it. Looked like they were going to reset down there. So Northern Iowa keeps possession, but Gillespie picking up where he left off in Northern Indiana earlier this week. 5 quick points for the freshman from Greenville, Tennessee. Campbell in the paint, drops it.
Yeah, nice mid-range under control by Campbell. You see how both teams really working briskly.
Friberg, pull up, knocks it down. A 13-point Belmont lead. It was 12-10 at one point, Northern Iowa. Ege Peksari on the drive. They'll send it back out. Anderson dribbling through pretty much the entire defense, had the shot blocked by Bronze. And did they get a foul there?
No, they're going to say it was off of Belmont.
Just said it was out of bounds. They pointed at Bronze to say that it was last touched by him. And now Ben Jacobson with several subs again. You see Duax and Bourne right back in. Now we have a foul away from the ball, and that's going to go against Frank Jakubisic, who just checked in for the first time.
They maybe.
Oh, no.
They got Shanks.
They got Shanks, so that's 3 on Michael Shanks.
Has he played a minute?
Tough break there for the junior from Bentonville, Arkansas, who really has been a spark for this Belmont team off the bench here in recent games. Not a guy that fills up the stat sheet with points necessarily, but does all the little things for Casey Alexander's team. Bourne with Shepard on him. Now Henry. He likes to work in the paint. Left-hand shot again, missed. And a strong rebound by Isaiah Walker. Gillespie got it back after that pass was almost knocked away. Tries to dump it off for Jack Ubisic, and they said it was last touch by the Belmont big man.
Boy, it looked like it was deflected out of bounds unless the second touch went out of Jack Ubisic. You can see Gillespie's ability to get into the heart of the defense off the bounce, Steve. And then that last play, baseline out of bounds for Northern Iowa, really tried to free Bourne, and Shepard was there on the catch and forced the ball reversal.
That was a turnover charge to Gillespie. He had 6 assists, no turnovers the other night. Terrific blow-by on the other end by Titan Anderson.
Yeah, got to lean on that strong left hand. Great design to free that up, because if you help, the corner should be open for 3, so great design by Northern Iowa.
Belmont shooting 75% here in the first half. Keyshawn Davidson bumped by Campbell. That'll be the second foul on Campbell.
That's big again. A little bit 7, maybe 8-man rotation right now for Northern Iowa. Decision time, do you come back with Peksari or not?
Belmont up by 11 on the backs of it.
Welcome back to Nashville, where Belmont leads Northern Iowa 31-20. Just 3 points for Bowen Bourne so far in this game on only 1 shot attempt. I asked head coach Casey Alexander of Belmont what it was going to be like to have to defend Bowen. He said, we have to get into gaps. He's a really tough cover, really difficult because of his quickness and his ability to shoot off the dribble. So far, they've done a good job. This week in practice, Belmont had freshman guard Aiden Bracha, a reserve player, mimic Bourne in practice. He kind of wore his number, would shoot the same kind of way. Small left-handed guard. So far, that scout team seems to be paying off. Steve?
Job to try and mimic Bowen Bourne in practice. Belmont with the ball out of the timeout. Keyshawn Davidson, the point guard, back in there, and he threw it away. The steal by Duax. Shot altered on the other end, but a foul by Shepard.
5th turnover, and that's really how Northern Iowa is kept within arm's length, is not allowing Belmont to shoot, because when Belmont has, shooting it great. So good overplay by Duax and attacking the rim.
Duax just a 47% foul shooter. Missed the first one.
He has really had to assume a greater role as a true freshman, maybe more so than Ben Jacobson would have first envisioned, but he's been solid, strong, accountable. Very impressive.
Had the game-winning layup at the buzzer at Valparaiso a couple weeks ago. Had 15 points, 12 rebounds in that game. And you mentioned the role that Duax has to have. This is a Northern Iowa team that is playing without 2 of its projected starters. As Shepard buries another 3. He's now got 9.
He looks locked in, Steve.
3rd leading scorer in the Missouri Valley Conference behind Bourne and Valpo's Ben Crickey. Anderson inside, working against Friberg, and he missed it.
Boy, that's great defense by Friberg. Made it difficult, cut off 2 or 3 driving lanes.
How about another one from Shepard? Yes, sir.
He's capable. We've seen it time after time. Shepard really can get it going, and good identification by Keyshawn Davidson.
6 straight from Shepard, the lead up to 16. Shepard has hit all 4 of his shots from behind the arc today. Landon Wolf, good shooter, but missed that one. Let's see if they find him again.
He looked, he peeked to his right, and Shepard was there, just wasn't open.
Friberg capable from outside, but that one off the mark. Bourne in transition. No good, and the rebound cleared by Jack Ubisic. Belmont offense has been clicking this afternoon.
Yeah, got to go paint here with Bourne guarding Friberg.
Davidson on the drive. Tyson had an open look, but put it on the floor instead and draws the foul on Landon Wolf.
Again, Tyson, I think his teammates are saying, hey, you're that wide open. Go ahead and take the shot. But you're seeing mid-possession, if there's any perimeter switching and Bourne gets stuck on Tyson or Friberg, instantaneously Belmont is looking to post and have the patience to do so.
See a couple more subs there for Ben Jacobson. Not a particularly deep bench. Basically played just 7 the other night against Murray State. Trying to keep them fresh against a Belmont team that is significantly deeper in its rotation. Davidson with another turnover as he just missed Braun's underneath. Second turnover of the afternoon, and that's been a bit of a problem. A guy who last year ranked top 10 in the country at Tennessee Tech in assist-to-turnover ratio. That's his 13th turnover now in the last 4 games.
Very uncharacteristic. Probably just needed the one more pass to the wing before feeding Braun's.
Bourne on the curl. Left-hand shot high off the window and got the roll.
Really difficult shot. Created a little bit of separation, but off-balance banker. Good body control by Bourne.
Just the second field goal by Bowen Bourne this afternoon, and it's back to a 14-point game. Davidson lost it again. Steal by Campbell. Anderson right back to him. Layup in transition by Trey Campbell, the hometown kid from right there in Cedar Falls. Shepard fouled on the drive. And that goes on Campbell, so that's his third now. So you've got Shanks with Belmont on the bench with 3, and now Campbell with 3. And that'll bring Michael Duex up off the bench and back into the game for Ben Jacobson.
Campbell, much like Duex, really seen a huge role as a true freshman and done well. The thing that's impressive with both of them is they guard their position. They really do. Belmont's just got to clean up the turnovers.
If you take away the 7 turnovers, this would be an almost flawless offensive half in terms of the shooting display. But those turnovers have kept Northern Iowa around. Tyson off the back iron on that 3. A rare miss from outside. The Bruins 9 of 14 from distance in the first half. Bourne with the step back 3. That one's short, but he fouled it and got his own rebound. Now a reach-in foul on Jacoby Gillespie of Belmont.
Yeah, miscommunication there after Braun showed and then retreated and Bourne missed a shot. Neither he nor Shepard pursued the basketball, and it gave Northern Iowa an extra possession.
6 foul on Belmont, so the Panthers will be in the bonus the rest of the first half. Anderson inside, mismatch on Friberg, double clutched, and now we've got a foul on the block attempt by Browns.
Good footwork by Anderson. You got to be so concerned, Steve, of him spinning back and going with his strong left hand. He did a nice job that time wheeling back to the right and earning 2 free throws. Just been a double-double machine.
He's got 8 this season. That leads all Missouri Valley Conference players. And how about his effort the other night against Murray State? He had 11 points, 18 rebounds, a school record on the glass. Missed them both at the line, though.
Yeah, that's a big swing, Steve, because Northern Iowa was looking to go 5 or 6 straight points, and now Belmont a chance to extend back.
Another lackadaisical pass knocked out of bounds by Anderson. Belmont red hot to start here, but now the Bruins have gone 3 minutes without a bucket, and Northern Iowa back within a dozen here in Nashville.
When your carpet's in a mess, call ProCare.
Hey, Middle Tennessee, John Browning with ProCare here. Do me a favor. During this commercial, take a minute and look around the room. Does your favorite sofa, chair, rug, carpet, or even tile and grout look a bit dingy? Any spots, spills, or pet accidents staring you down? If you can tell what was served for dinner by the colorful spots on your sofa, it might be time to give us a call because ProCare can help you with all of that. We can also apply fiber protector to any of those items to help make it easier on you to keep clean. At ProCare, we specialize in textile and hard surface cleaning and protection. We're a private, locally owned and operated company that's been serving Middle Tennessee since 1995. For more information on all of our services, please visit us today at procareofnashville.com.
Don't settle for anyone less. Call the company that's the best. Call ProCare.
Sometimes big truck wrecks can result in big case settlements. These are just some of the big results that I fought to get my clients. The trucking companies have teams of experts fighting against you. You need the Wolf Pack fighting for you. We'll fight to make them pay you every single dollar you deserve for your injuries. If you've been hurt by a big truck, don't go it alone. Call the Wolf Pack. We've got your back.
Call 615-994-9494.
Back in Nashville, 3:49 before halftime. Belmont leading 37-25. Look at some of the news and notes around the conference. Drake and Bradley coming up tonight. Big game in the conference for sure there.
Yeah, two of the top teams, certainly the two top teams in Ken Palm right now, Steve. The preseason favorite in Drake, and then Bradley playing so well. Fascinating matchup to see who moves further up towards Indiana State in the standings.
We got two teams tied for second place here in Belmont and Northern Iowa. Both teams coming in winners of 6 of their last 7, just a game back of first place Indiana State. So far it's been Belmont shooting 70% from the floor, building a 12-point lead. Saban on the roll, and he converts.
Yeah, great job. Just eluded Wolf in the restricted area. Good pass and catch, and Derek's had some big contributions of late.
Nice play out of the timeout. Ends a scoring drought of more than 3 minutes. 14-point lead. Betts back in there. Really works around the perimeter. Anderson driving inside, lays it off for Betts, and had it knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Northern Iowa.
Tough pass by Anderson. He seemed to lose his balance, Steve. Otherwise, I think he would have come back with the right and reversed it in. But a score and a stop for Belmont.
Shepard, he's been perfect from outside until that one. First miss in 5 attempts. Nice hustle by Saban, but it's going to be Northern Iowa basketball.
Great hustle by Saban, face planted in the corner to try to preserve the possession, and Ben maybe was surprised he was that wide open, Steve. Defensive miscommunication.
Already 15 attempted threes by Belmont in the first half. And we said it, Northern Iowa will let you shoot them, and Belmont is. Betts on the drive, hangs and hits.
Yeah, good body control by Betts. Not known as somebody who goes off the bounce. He is known primarily as a three-point shooter, but good ability right there to drive and finish.
And now an offensive foul going against Belmont as they got Saban for the moving screen.
But such a good half offensively for Belmont, Steve, that it's in this like in-between range, such a critical 235. Northern Iowa is probably saying to themselves, the way Belmont is shot, we're only down 12. If we can make a few ourselves, work right back in this. So it's critical for Belmont to stay attentive and purposeful on both ends.
You would have to think Ben Jacobson would be thrilled to have this back to a single-digit game. And now an offensive foul on Wolf as he went for that loose ball.
Yeah, they got to maybe look at the monitor on that as Wolf just right to the choppers on Ben, and it looks like
Casey Alexander asked for it, and Irvin Wilson was going to go right over to that monitor. We take a look at it. He definitely got him up high there. I don't think it was intentional necessarily, but
no.
By the rule, I think that's probably going to be a flagrant foul, don't you?
I do. It's like a non-natural basketball move, and trying to keep Shepard at bay. Wolf got it up into his face, and any contact that's not natural above the shoulders is a flagrant one. Certainly nothing beyond that. And Shepard didn't sell it. It was legitimate. He got hit in the face.
Yeah.
And very likely could be 2 shots in the ball for Belmont.
I'm not a particularly huge fan of going to the monitor in all of these situations, but that's exactly what it's in the rule book for, is when you get a play like that, you see contact above the shoulder and the neck and head region, you go to the monitor, and that's how it's supposed to be applied.
Yes, and because in part it happened right in front of the Belmont bench and 2 feet from Casey Alexander, you knew that the officials were going to be directed towards it.
The Belmont coaching staff was all over that. That is for sure. If you're Northern Iowa here, shooting 44%, but find yourself down by a dozen because Belmont has been red hot here in the first half. You got 2:22 left. What are you trying to do here in the last couple of minutes to get this game maybe back to single-digit margin before the half?
Well, so much of their offense comes from Bowen Bourne, Steve, that because Ben Shepherd and recently Jacoby Gillespie has been suffocating him, I think they just got to play through Anderson. Isolate Anderson on the block, go one-on-one, try to get free throws, and if not, play through him. And I guess at the end of the day, it was deemed a common foul.
Yes, it was. No flagrant. Casey Alexander, I think, looking for a little bit better explanation. Will not get it as we move down to the other end of the floor. Still Belmont basketball after the common foul on Wolf. Tyson on the drive, working against Wolf. Double team comes. Tries to split the defenders and lost it. 9th turnover by the Bruins. Betts to Bourne underneath. Much bigger defender. Now it's Duax against Tyson. Nifty move and got it to go.
Yeah, great footwork. Duax faked on the near side and then reversed it home. That was a big swing as Tyson was on the doorstep on the other end.
Back to a 10-point game. Gillespie, great dribbling, and got all the way to the rim.
Yeah, outstanding. Kept Bourne on his hip. And then Jacoby not just showing his quickness, but his strength to finish at the rim.
That's 7 points for Jacoby Gillespie. Panthers have made 4 of their last 5 shots. Wolf, step back 3. That one missed.
Nice shot, Landon.
Yeah, got a matchup here again. Tyson dealing with Bourne on the cross match.
Under a minute for the first half. Belmont has led since the early going. Tyson with that mismatch on Bourne, but backs off. Now 5 to shoot as it was knocked away by Wolf. More sloppy passing here by the Bruins. Now just 4 seconds on the shot clock. And a timeout taken by Casey Alexander. Had one to burn before the half, and he's going to try and draw something up here to get a quick shot.
Yeah, good job, Bourne. Forced Tyson to catch out on the perimeter rather than on the block. And I thought maybe Tyson was a little bit tentative there. Steve didn't work for mid-post position. And then his pass back outside was tipped away by Wolf. And so even though Belmont's still 16 of 23, I feel as though Northern Iowa has shown more resolve and purpose defensively, certainly in forcing 9 turnovers.
First ever meeting between these new Missouri Valley Conference rivals. Belmont, of course, in its first league year. They'll meet again. Final game of the regular season in Cedar Falls on February the 26th. Could have a lot on the line for one or both of these teams come the end of the season. Right now, Belmont protecting its home floor. The Bruins are 6-1 this year. 4 to shoot out of the timeout. Gillespie quickly lost it. And it's going to be a shot clock violation. And now that's turnovers on consecutive possessions once again by the Bruins.
Yeah, good double team of Gillespie, anticipating that he was going to be speed dribbling. Northern Iowa did well to make it difficult. And honestly, for Belmont, a bit of a break that it was deemed shot clock violation and not a live ball turnover for Northern Iowa to score.
Interesting there because it was a front court turnover for Northern Iowa, getting the possession in the front court, I should say. There's only a 20-second shot clock on this end, so Belmont will get a good look on the other end after this possession. Bourne tries to force a shot, and we've got a foul on Jack Ubisic of Belmont.
Just crashing into Jackie Bisick. Not a lot there, but Bourne is crafty. Bourne is very crafty and created the contact.
Bourne at the line. 104th trip there this season. Knocks it down. His dad, an interested observer here this afternoon.
Yeah, Bourne formerly scouted for the Blazers and Hornets, and now with the Pacers. He certainly loves taking a look at his son, which during the NBA season travels might be difficult, but certainly taking a look at a lot of talent on the floor today.
Back to a 10-point game. Final 10 seconds of the first half. Belmont with a chance to get the last shot. Friberg to Gillespie. 3 seconds. He'll take a three and splash.
Oh, wow.
A fitting end to the first half for Belmont, which knocked down 10 triples and shot better than 70% from the floor. And Belmont leads it 44-31 here at the break.
That's really difficult if you're Northern Iowa. That was one of their best defensive possessions of the half. And Gillespie just stepped back and makes it over the top.
Go down to the sideline with Noah Severson and Tyler Holloway, the assistant coach.
This team offensively, he just wants to see better pace. They're not getting to a second or a third action. They're kind of settling for some shots. He wants them to run through the whole set and hopefully get better looks. Steve?
All right, thank you, Noah. One thing to watch for Ben Jacobson's team in this second half is how this lineup will hold up. He doesn't play a lot of guys. He did play 9 there in the first half, seemed to try to substitute more. But how will they go against this deep Belmont team? Anderson's pass to Betts, lost and tied up. Possession arrow will favor Belmont.
Yeah, tremendous job, Bronze, anticipating Anderson's spin back to the left, stood him up, caused the loose ball and the turnover. And as he is wont to do, Ben Shepherd rotating to point.
That was just the 4th turnover by Northern Iowa. Friberg with the double team on him, and he lost it. Duax hit a 3 in the first half. That time put it on the floor and got to the hoop for 2.
Yeah, when Duax catches it in transition, you have got to stay down and prepare for a drive, and he always likes to spin back into a shot. Good field goal.
Same starters for Belmont in the second half. This is a lineup that they've really settled on ever since Keyshawn Davidson came back from injury. Shepherd forces the turnaround. Offensive rebound to Cade Tyson.
That's big for Belmont. Extra possessions again because Northern Iowa was so good at defensive rebounding.
Belmont has won the battle on the boards convincingly. 15-8 so far today. 5 on the shot clock. Tyson off the bounce, put it off the window, and that one corralled by James Betts. Here is Bourne, who had 7 in the first half. Gets it back from Betts. Right back to Betts. Inside, creates some space, and drew a foul.
Good step through by Betts. Looked like he just kind of hit the underside of the rim, but deemed to be fouled by Tyson. So good response here by the Panthers.
Betts at the line for the first time today, missed it. Panthers now 5 of 9 at the stripe.
2 really good possessions for Northern Iowa defensively to start the half. And that's what they'll like to see. And we talked off air, Steve, would Coach Jacobson consider sprinkling in some zone? He really doesn't want to do it because Northern Iowa is a good man-to-man team.
First 3 points of the second half to the Panthers. It's a 10-point game. Friberg with the mismatch. They run a double team at it. Now it's Shepherd off the bounce. Tries to get it off to Bronze, but another steal, and now a foul on Bronze, and that'll be 3 on the Belmont big man.
Yeah, good adjustment by Northern Iowa, not allowing on the switch Friberg or Tyson to operate, coming with a double immediately, forcing Belmont to scramble back, and so 2 turnovers and a miss to start the half for the Bruins.
Still a 10-point lead. Anderson, who had a good first half. Backdoor, Campbell, put it up, got it to go. And now it is a single-digit ball game.
Great backdoor cut and a good timely feed by Betts.
Campbell with 6 this afternoon. Casey Alexander wants a good possession here. Tyson, double team comes at him. Gets it back in the corner. Rims out the 3. Rebound fought for, and it's Jack Ubisic who tracks it down. Tyson inside for the easy 2. Great effort by Frank Jack Ubisic to get that offensive rebound, and then he found Tyson cutting to the basket.
Yeah, great catch and finish. Thought maybe Duax with the foul, but good finish through contact by Tyson.
Lob inside. That one poked away and stolen by Shepard. Lazy pass from up top.
Yeah, hard to complete that when you loop it. Needs to be more of a direct pass.
Shepard, smart move to let that go in the backcourt off with a deflection. Friberg open for 3. He's now 1 of 4 from deep.
Boy, it looked really good in the air.
You just thought earlier in the season, the way he was shooting, he'd never have a game like this, but he's had a couple of them here in Valley play. Betts off the roll, missed it.
Boy, good shot, good screen roll, good timing.
Davidson from outside. That one, front rim. Bruins have cooled off significantly here at the start of the second half. Anderson backing down Friberg, comes up short.
Boy, that's again Friberg doing a great job all by himself, single coverage, forcing Anderson just a little bit away from his sweet spot. Again, as you alluded to, Steve, 2 straight shots, Friberg, Davidson, those were going in the first half for the Bruins and just rimmed off.
Bruins just 1 of 6 from the field here in the second half. After shooting 71% in the first half, Shepard dump off for Jack Ubisic, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay Belmont basketball when we come back. 15:28 to go, and the Bruins still leading this one by 10.
Someday. Someday.
We all have things we hope to do someday. With great deposit rates from Ascend, we're here to help make your someday soon. Ascend Federal Credit Union. Open your account today.
And what if I want to change my plan?
State Farm's here to help.
What if I want to change sports?
Newcomer Chris Paul is maintaining a narrow lead in these final meters. But here comes an opponent closing the gap. 1 foot in front of the other. They are battling it out. And Chris Paul edges ahead. Those are the hips of a champion.
At State Farm, we're there for your what-ifs. Get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
We certainly had no sense of the revolution we were about to start. We launched programs, changed mindsets, and made memories along the way. We've come a long way, with a journey still ahead of us. But now, this is our time. Celebrating 50 years of Title IX, we are the Missouri Valley Conference.
Back in Nashville, where Belmont leads Northern Iowa by 10. Elsewhere around the Valley this afternoon, you see Valparaiso 7 seconds away from getting its first win in conference play at Evansville. Murray State a big win over UIC. The Racers now 5-3 in Valley action. After that one, a couple of games tonight, including the big one in Des Moines, as Bradley, 5-2 in conference play, just like these two teams here, goes to Drake, the preseason conference favorite. The Bulldogs a little bit of a surprise at 4-3, but playing better basketball here as of late. Belmont ball out of the timeout, 5 seconds left on the shot clock, and it'll be Derek Saban knocking down the three from the corner.
Oh, last resort, not a designed option, but Henry didn't step out on it. What a big shot by Derek.
Saban's 77th career appearance, just his second three of the season. Bourne, bounce pass underneath for Henry, who can't convert. And look at Isaiah Walker pull away the rebound. Jacoby Gillespie finds Ben Shepherd backdoor.
Again, Gillespie's secondary break, getting into the heart of the defense and lays it off for Shepherd. Tremendous.
Second assist for Gillespie. Shepherd with 14. Bourne, quick trigger. Offensive rebound, Duax.
Tremendous. Duax is he just never stops. Physical, loves contact, loves crashing the glass. What a putback.
It was a quick 7-0 Belmont run. That ended it. Gillespie off the bounce again. Probing and hit it.
Oh, I don't know if he got a Charlie horse from Henry. Hopefully he can work through that. What a finish with the right hand. We'll have to monitor that, Steve. He is favoring his right leg a little bit.
Looks like he's grabbing on just above the knee. Campbell working against Gillespie. Ooh, near steal by Shepherd. Bourne from the foul line. Way off the mark. Offensive rebound stripped out of Henry's hands, but right to Campbell. Henry threw it away. Friberg with the steal for Belmont. Shepherd quickly in transition, draws the foul on Bourne.
Yeah, Shepherd sensing a backpedaling Bourne just attacked him, and I think some good subs here for Northern Iowa coming back with Wolf and maybe the first look at Daniel as well.
Gillespie goes out, by the way, and Kim Anderson, the trainer, is going to look at him. And now we have a moving screen on Derek Saban off of the inbounds.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Derek thought that's a set design play, baseline out of bounds for Friberg for a quick three, and Derek just deemed to be moving.
Northern Iowa had got it to single digits here early in the second half. Belmont's pushed it back up to 15.
You think with this juncture without Bourne that the Panthers would feature Duax and Anderson as they have
Anderson
right there.
with the strong catch. Foul by Isaiah Walker.
And I think correctly deemed on the floor before Anderson was in the act of shooting. But again, it's a good two-man game. The thing that's so impressive about Duax, Steve, physically ready as a freshman, but the ability to put it on the deck and make a play.
Fourth foul by Belmont. Campbell with the pull-up, and he hits.
Yeah, tough long two for Campbell.
Friberg tickles the twine with the three.
Yeah, you just can't go under that action. If you're Duax, you got to crawl over the top. Friberg's just not going to miss that often.
Second three of the afternoon for Friberg. His 200th in his career. Anderson strong inside. He's got 6 and a quick timeout taken by Ben Jacobson. It's a 14-point lead here for Belmont with 12:38 to go. Drew Friberg knocking down the 12th three of the afternoon for the Bruins as they extend this lead. Arch Madness is coming back. The 2023 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference men's basketball tournament returns to St. Louis for the 33rd straight year. Join the Bruins in the Gateway City March 2nd through the 5th as all 12 Valley schools battled out for a trip to the NCAA tournament. For tickets, call 615-460-2255 or order online at belmontbruins.com/tickets. Get your tickets and experience Arch Madness. Belmont, 20 conference titles in the last 17 seasons, 12 regular season, 8 tournament titles.
Sean, who's Daddy Drew?
Had 20 wins in 15 of those seasons. Bruins 12 wins coming into today, playing great here against the team that was the hottest team in the Missouri Valley Conference coming into this afternoon's action in Northern Iowa. Bruins shooting 65% from the field. Ben Shepard with a game-high 14 points. Goes down low for Derek Saban. He's backing in. Lost it. Shot clock with 2. Tries to force it. Walker tips it. But the rebound pulled out of there by Drew Daniel. Anderson, a lot of contact. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Boy, lowered his shoulder, really initiated contact. Not sure much more what Friberg could do, but Anderson to the line as we get the under 12 timeout.
Another break in the action with Belmont still leading this one by 14.
When your carpet's in a mess, call Pro Care.
Hey, Middle Tennessee, John Browning with Pro Care here. Do me a favor, during this commercial, take a minute and look around the room. Does your favorite sofa, chair, rug, carpet, or even tile and grout look a bit dingy? Any spots, spills, or pet accidents staring you down? If you can tell what was served for dinner by the colorful spots on your sofa, it might be time to give us a call because Pro Care can help you with all of that. We can also apply fiber protector to any of those items to help make it easier on you to keep clean. At ProCare, we specialize in textile and hard surface cleaning and protection. We're a private, locally owned and operated company that's been serving Middle Tennessee since 1995. For more information on all of our services, please visit us today at procareofnashville.com.
Don't settle for anyone less. Call the company that's the best. Call Pro Care.
Sometimes big truck wrecks can result in big case settlements. These are just some of the big results that I fought to get my clients. Call the Wolfpack. We've got your back.
Call 615-994-9494.
It begins here. The State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Championship hits the hardwood at Enterprise Center March 2nd through 5th in St. Louis. Don't miss any of the action, as 12 Missouri Valley teams will compete for an automatic NCAA berth for the first time in Arch Madness history. To get your tickets for college basketball's premier conference tournament, visit archmadness.com now.
Back in Nashville, where Belmont leads Northern Iowa by 14. Ben Jacobson's team playing without 2 guys who were projected in this starting lineup at the beginning of the season. Austin Fife, redshirt senior. He was a preseason third-team all-conference selection. He's the all-time leader in Northern Iowa history in field goal percentage. He's been out with a blood clot issue since the beginning of the season. He's hoping he's going to be able to find a way back at some point, but has his next checkup at the end of the month to find out more about this issue. Has not played in a single game all year for Ben Jacobson's team. And then also Nate Heisey, a guy who scored 24 points in the first 2 games of the season, then broke a finger, had to have surgery. He's out for the remainder of the year. So Ben Jacobson playing shorthanded with this team and really piecing things together here in this stretch where they've won 6 of the last 7.
Yeah, as Anderson makes 1 of 2, and having to rely a lot more on Duax and Campbell in terms of guys who might have seen 15 to 20 minutes having to go 30, 32 minutes a game.
Belmont's hit 4 of its last 5. Tough pass inside to Bronze. And we've got a reach-in foul on Northern Iowa.
Yeah, good job by Tyson to bullet that pass in as Bronze was wide open. A little bit of miscommunication in coverage. And then deemed to be a foul on the floor, non-shooting.
Shepard off the inbounds. Misses. And now an over in the back on Cade Tyson.
Yeah, good rebounding effort by Tyson. Never going to deter that, and a clean look for Shepard. You know, we talked during the timeout, Steve. Northern Iowa is such a great defensive rebounding team, but Anderson offensive rebounding. Only 4 offensive rebounds for Northern Iowa in the game, and Belmont +5 on the glass.
Bourne got a quick breather. Now he's back in there for this UNI team. Anderson off the bounce using the left hand. He's now got 9.
Yeah, you got to squeeze that left hand sooner and make him go back to his right, because again, if you come with the help, then he's got to drive and kick 3 in the corner.
Shepard had it poked away, but finds Tyson. Now he loses it, has to save it into Shepard. With the left hand, can't get it to go, and another rebound for Drew Daniel. Daniel gonna launch a 3. That one too strong, and the rebound to Tyson of Belmont. So Bruins team that, at least shooting-wise, has had one of its better performances of the season this afternoon. As these roles come together for Casey Alexander. 9 newcomers on this team, including 7 freshmen. Bronze, left hand inside, missed it, and the rebound to UNI. Anderson with the shot fake. Now he drives against Friberg, tips up his own miss, fighting for it again. That one out of bounds, last touch by Anderson.
Boy, tough, right at the rim twice, Anderson, to get it back to single figures, and good sign for Belmont. Jacoby Gillespie back into the game, had that right thigh contusion and working it out. And you can see a little bit of the difference in the juice for Belmont offensively when Gillespie's in versus when he's not.
Belmont needs to find some juice right now. It's gone over 3 minutes without a point. Still leading by 11 here midway through the second half. As Belmont looks for its 7th win in the last 8 games. Keep pace with Indiana State atop the Missouri Valley Conference. And a timeout from Casey Alexander, apparently not liking what he's seeing right now on the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, and I give credit to Northern Iowa, Steve. They've really elevated their defensive pressure in the half court. We saw it the latter portion of the first half. Belmont got so much in transition, turnovers, long rebounds early in the game. But now in the half court, Northern Iowa has stabilized, contested shots at the rim. Now, Belmont has missed a few threes that it made early in the game. But I think Coach Alexander's reminding his team stronger passing, stronger cutting, stronger screening to get open. And I think a well-timed timeout.
Belmont shooting just 36% here in the second half. After it made 10 threes in half number 1, just 2 of 6 from outside the arc in this half.
And this is where you can utilize both Shepard and Gillespie off the bounce late in clock.
A lot of ball handlers out there on the floor. Davidson, the primary ball handler. Gillespie, who's got a dozen. Can't get that one. That was a tough drive through the paint. Duax, hounded by Shepard. Henry with the handoff for Campbell. He's got 10. Make it 12.
Yeah, good under control jump stop. Campbell use a little bit of his size advantage. He's had a nice game.
Once again, it is a single-digit game. Northern Iowa not going away, as you would expect. Friberg hits a big 3.
Yeah, Daniel has got to be up in his jersey and make Friberg put it on the deck. It really was not much of an opening, but Friberg doesn't need much.
Daniel drives past Friberg off the cut, but kicks it back out. Deep three from Landon Wolf. He can shoot it from outside. More than 75 attempts from distance this season. Shepard down the lane, and he's going to go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, good job by Shepard to notice the middle of the paint opened up, went down the heart of the lane, hesitated, and earned 2 free throws. That was a deep three by Wolf. Really good shot. And he's right there with Bourne in terms of the most important three-point shooter for Northern Iowa.
27 three-point makes this season in 76 attempts. Shepard, who's been much better at the foul line as of late, was able to draw that foul on Cole Henry. Coming off a 13-point game at Valpo on Tuesday night on 5-10 from the field. Missed that one, but Henry couldn't grab onto it.
That's a big one. Braun's battling Henry down there, and it just kind of went off of Henry's hand in an extra possession for Belmont. They don't always jump off the box score, Steve, but if Belmont can turn this into a 3 or 4 point possession, so big.
Michael Shanks back in there after he got 3 fouls in a minute in the first half. Walker along the baseline. Pushes it off to Bronze. Missed it. Tap up, no good. And now the Panthers going the other way. Double team comes on Anderson. He finds Duax inside for 2.
Great cut by Duax. And Anderson, nice pass out of the double team. Sometimes he's turnover prone passing out of the double team, but Northern Iowa, as I said, second half playing through Anderson and not Bourne.
Panthers have hit their last 3 shots. It's now an 8-point game with under 8 to go. Tyson for 3. Got it.
Such a big shot for Belmont, especially with Shepard and Davidson on the bench, and Friberg for that matter. That was a big response.
The freshman into double figures with 10. That was a big one to get the lead back to 11. Anderson driving against Shanks. Just isolating 4. Goes back to the left hand. Double team comes, kicks it out for Wolf, and he answers.
Yeah, you just can't overhelp. Good timeout, Northern Iowa. You've got to make Anderson make tough twos. What they're hoping for is what they got. A collapse and a kick out 3, and suddenly the role players become more viable.
Second straight 3 from Landon Wolf. The Panthers hanging around. Back within 8.
Your time at Belmont is designed for discovery. This place has really helped me figure out who I was meant to be.
We work to understand the world so we can helpfully engage in making it a place where all can flourish.
Belmont is a place where your story and the stories you want to tell can be explored and celebrated.
We are here to push our limits, to find our purpose and champion life abundant for all.
If you are eager to make change in the world, there's no place better than Belmont.
Peace Communications is a premier technology solutions provider. We offer 3 core products and services. They are voice, data, and cloud services. What really separates us from our competitors is our service, our flexibility, and our value. Another key attribute of our success is our help desk. We answer our phones, we answer your issues, and we provide solutions. Why Peace? Simply, we care. Give us a call today to experience the Peace difference.
Someday.
Someday. We all have things we hope to do someday. With great deposit rates from Ascend, we're here to help make your someday soon. Ascend Federal Credit Union. Open your account today.
back to Nashville, where Belmont leads Northern Iowa 63-55. Casey Alexander's message these last couple of timeouts have been about finishing plays, making the hustle plays. It feels like they've gotten good help defense on some of this penetration from the Panthers, but he said then we need to sprint out and close out, not let UNI get these open threes and allow them to come back into this game. Also, Kate Tyson a couple minutes ago took a shot to the jaw, briefly came out. Belmont's athletic training staff asked him a few questions. He was cleared, came back in, hit that big three. He'll be a big part if Belmont can end up getting this win today. Steve?
Thank you, Noah. Landon Wolf with those 2 threes. Northern Iowa shooting 56%, 10 of 18 here in the second half. Belmont, after the scorching first half, just 7 of 18 from the field here, and that's why this game is back to 8 points. Bronze kick out to Friberg. Gillespie all the way under and finishes at the rim.
Tremendous body control right into Daniel's chest. Could have been a foul, but great finish through contact, Gillespie.
That's 14 for Gillespie, one off his career high set Tuesday night at Valpo. Anderson off the drive again in the paint. Daniel off the kick out. Panthers going to reset the offense. Wolf, shot fake. Got some space into the lane. He taps out the rebound. It's Anderson. Now the three from the corner goes for Drew Daniel. And it's a 7-point game.
Yeah, that loose ball tipped out. Northern Iowa got a second shot opportunity.
6th offensive rebound for the Panthers. For the most part, Belmont's done a good job on the glass, but the Panthers picking it up here. And now a throwaway by Tyson. 14th turnover by Belmont.
That was such a big possession because you got Wolf to miss the pull-up. You just could not come up with the rebound, and it got kicked out. And new life for Northern Iowa. And honestly, Steve, in a lot of stretches, you'd never say this. Have they been better without Bourne? Surely not. But they've seemed to match up better defensively, and they're playing through Anderson offensively.
They got a chance to cut this down to 5, maybe even 4 on this trip. Daniel again. That one too strong.
Really good look, though, and good call by Coach Jacobson, as Daniel had just hit a moment ago.
Davidson for 3. That one off the mark. Anderson now with his 8th rebound to go along with 9 points. Close to a 10th double or 9th double-double this season. Inside, had it blocked by Bronze.
Great help by Bronze as Anderson continues to try to lower his shoulder and create contact. Friberg did as well as he could.
Coming up on the 5-minute mark. Friberg off the mark on the 3. Rebound to the floor, but picked up by Campbell. Wolf on the drive. Little floater. Got it to drop.
Yeah, great shot by Wolf. Run off the line, and he made the teardrop. As close as it's been since the beginning of the game.
It's a 5-point game all of a sudden. Friberg with the rim attack.
Great design call. Belmont, oftentimes when they need a bucket, will call that inside or slot back door and run it to either Shepard or Friberg.
That ended a mini Northern Iowa run. Anderson against Friberg. Had it poked away. Daniel inside, missed it. And they said no touch there, just a strong contest by Bronze. And that'll go Belmont's direction.
Yeah, Anderson lost the handle, but it went right to Daniel on the doorstep for a promising opportunity.
Shepard against Duax, had him on a string, and a chance for a 3-point play.
Yeah, Duax very physical, doing his best he can to not give up the 3, and Shepard said, I'm going to put it on the deck, cross back over, behind the back, and then hangs and finishes from the right side. Good defense, but better finish.
Shepard incredibly efficient today. 6 of 9 from the floor, 4 of 5 from downtown. He's now got 17, right at his season average. The free throw would put it back to 10.
That was a big response after Northern Iowa cut it to 5. And I think it is. Yeah, they got the scoreboard in-house wrong. It's 70-60.
Campbell in the corner, right in front of the bench. Daniel, nice finish inside.
Yeah, good body control and reverse by Daniel. He's given Northern Iowa a good lift off the bench.
Yeah, he did not play the other night against Murray State. He's got 5 points in 9 minutes this afternoon. Bothered the shot there. The rebound to Wolf. Up ahead, Daniel. Anderson down the lane. Lost it out of bounds, but it'll stay on this end as we go to the under 4 timeout. We got a ball game. 2 teams near the top of the Missouri Valley Conference standings battling it out here. Belmont hanging on by 8. Take a look at the Cades Cove upcoming schedules. Smokehouse quality, ready in minutes. Find Cades Cove Barbecue in the refrigerated section of your local grocery store. Northern Iowa back home against Illinois State on Wednesday before a trip to UIC, and then you look at those back-to-back road games at Indiana State and at Drake as the calendar flips into February. Meanwhile, for Belmont, the first Missouri Valley Conference meeting with rival Murray State coming up on Tuesday night right here at the Curb Event Center before a tough trip to Bradley a week from today. And that's one of the things this Belmont team has found out, Greg, is there are no off nights in this conference. Everybody is difficult and makes life tough on you. Casey Alexander said this week, it's fun to have that challenge where you know it's going to be a battle every night. But he also equated it kind of to the NFL and said, you know, if you don't bring it, you're going to lose. And in the second half, Belmont hasn't brought it quite as well as they brought it in the first half, and Northern Iowa has clawed back into single digits here.
Yeah, and some good adjustments by Northern Iowa, playing through Anderson and honestly resting and not playing Bowen Bourne because of the defensive mismatches.
Wolf guarded by Shepard. 10 on the shot clock. Campbell calls for the screen, gives it off to Daniel. He goes inside, and he finishes again with the reverse.
Didn't see that on the scouting report, but full credit to Daniel making some big plays.
Daniel with 7 points here in the second half off the bench. Shepard for 3, got a piece of it, was Duax out there. And now Northern Iowa, chance to cut into this lead even more.
Man.
Foul on Belmont.
Yeah, small change on Davidson as Campbell looked like he was changing pace, and 7th team foul.
A 1-and-1 here for Trey Campbell. He started every game along with Bourne and Anderson. And he's having a nice game this afternoon. 13 points on 6 of 7 shooting. Knocks down both at the line. It's a 4-point game. And this crowd here in Nashville, a bit nervous. They thought this game was wrapped up 5 or 10 minutes ago. Friberg to Davidson. Off the mark on a 3. Davidson struggles from the field, continues. 1 of 4 today.
Yeah, good kick out, good look for Key.
Campbell to the corner and Anderson. Daniel on the drive. Missed that layup. And the rebound pulled out of there by Friberg. And now a foul from behind called on Anderson.
Boy, good job. Daniel pump fake and drive. Just couldn't get it to go. And I think they got Anderson with the reach and foul as Friberg came up with a rebound. A much needed rebound for Belmont.
This is as close as Northern Iowa has been since it was 17-12.
Belmont's missed a little bit of the electricity from Jacoby Gillespie as well.
Davidson picked up his dribble. Got to get rid of it. Finally finds Shepard. 6 on the shot clock. Bronze will take a 3. Front iron. Rebound Anderson. His 9th of the afternoon. Now 1.1 rebound away from the double-double. Campbell Pass knocked out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Shepard.
Well, it is under 2 minutes. You could go to the monitor if you wanted to.
Irvin Wilson emphatic with his signal. It will stay with the Panthers. Campbell shook Davidson, and it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, very under control, spin and fade away for Campbell.
Belmont's missed its last 4 shots. Friberg.
Oh!
Rims out. Offensive rebound tapped out of there. A new 20 for the Bruins. They can take it under a minute if they take all the time on the shot clock. Davidson wide open, and he comes up short. Rebound saved inbounds by Campbell. Final minute here. Northern Iowa, which trailed by as many as 16. Campbell for the tie. Can't get it. Rebound Tyson goes to the floor. Somehow Davidson came out of there with no whistle.
Yeah, Belmont about a 20-second differential. Just got to work for a good one. I mean, with this lineup and no Gillespie, Steve, you're talking about Friberg and Shepard and a giveaway.
Northern Iowa had a foul to give there.
Gives
Campbell
Belmont,
gave it.
5 more seconds on the shot clock, though.
Ben Jacobson, I think, looks a little surprised at Campbell's decision there. You still can definitely play defense here because of the 20-second reset. But the next foul would put the Bruins in the 1-and-1. Davidson in no hurry. Shepard drives on Duex, gets to the hole, lot of contact, and he drew the foul on Daniel. Quick first step on the blow-by Shepard.
Yeah, great clear out on the far side. Good contest at the rim, but Ben Shepard hesitated, created the contact, and earned the free throws.
Shepard's first is good. 19 points today for the Belmont Star, 61st double-digit game of his career. Hasn't been great at the line this season, but 3 of 4 today. Look confident with the first one. Got them both. Big shots by Ben Shepard, and it's back to a 2-possession game. Anderson off the bounce, wild shot. Rebound, Belmont basketball.
Yeah, gosh, Daniel was over the back, but it is Belmont possession anyway. And what will be interesting here is if they go to the monitor, it may have been off of Shepard.
Yeah, the entire Northern Iowa bench asking for them to go to the monitor, and they will oblige. They head over there. So a chance for Ben Jacobson to talk things over with his team. Very different situation here, though, depending on what the outcome of this is. If it's Northern Iowa ball, you still have an opportunity to go for a quick 2, try to get a steal, send Belmont to the line if you would like. If it's Belmont basketball, you're in an immediate foul situation here with 14.8 left.
There you see Daniel and Shepard. Daniel maybe over the back. Tough to say. You know, in that situation, you just stay with the call that was made on the floor. That angle is difficult to tell if it was off of Daniel or off of Shepard.
It's hard to tell, but from that angle, I thought it looked like it was off of Shepard. I don't know if there's a better angle that they're looking at, but from what we saw there, I think it would be Northern Iowa basketball. Belmont trying to hold on here, despite not scoring from the field in the last 4 minutes. Bruins 0 for their last 6, 2 of their last 10. Remember, Belmont shot 71% in the first half, shooting just 10 of 29 here in the second half.
Yeah, good design, though, after Shepard's free throws, Steve. You cleared out. Anderson got to the strong left hand and got where he wanted to go. It was just a little bit of a low percentage shot as it was heavily contested and he was a little bit off balance, but Shepard inside position, Daniel trying to contest. And you got to give full credit to Daniel, Steve. You mentioned it, did not play against Murray State, and he's been outstanding. 7 points, 3 rebounds, some great finishes at the rim.
Ben Jacobson has used his bench more today, and it has been a big factor in this second half comeback. Belmont, you would figure, has a sizable advantage with the bench this afternoon, just 22-19, the edge for the Bruins.
Yeah, and it was 15-3 or 15-4 at halftime. They do award possession in Northern Iowa. It very well may have gone off of Shepard, so tough sequence there. And with this lineup, Steve, you've got to be ready for a quick hitter or an action on a drive by Anderson.
They get it to Anderson. He goes right to work from the block, put it up and in. 2-point game with 10 seconds left. Isaiah Walker gets it, double team, and he is fouled by Daniel. Did take off a couple of seconds there. And now you have a 1-and-1 situation for Isaiah Walker. The redshirt freshman who goes to the line for just the 7th time this season. Remember, it's just a 1-and-1 situation.
Yeah, Belmont's got to be ready here. Nobody rebounding.
Walker with a long look at it. And got it.
It is a unique pre-shot routine, Steve.
I think everybody in the building had their heart in their throat as he stared at that. Now a timeout awarded to Northern Iowa, right as they're handing the ball to Walker. So here's our reset, 7.5 seconds left. Belmont leading by 3. The Panthers just used their final timeout. Belmont does have 2 left. Both teams shooting 1-and-1 on the next foul. The possession arrow favors the Panthers.
Well, and again, in this situation, Steve, if you're Ben Jacobson, you're diagramming 2 things. You're diagramming something off of a miss, and then you're also diagramming a quick hitter if you need something down 4, probably something baseball down court to Anderson in the lane, try to drive and score within 2 or 3 seconds to extend the game. But if you're Belmont, and again, we've done this a few times in late game situations this year, foul up 3 or not, Casey Alexander traditionally plays it out. In this situation, again, you don't have Bourne, but Wolf's been good, and Northern Iowa has found the range up to 5 threes in the second half. Fascinating, again, because of no Bourne. Off of a miss, who's leading it? Is Anderson gets the rebound? Is he just taking it himself and speed dribbling it up the court? Is he finding Campbell? So a little bit different late game situation for each team, but for Belmont, the focus is on Isaiah Walker's free throw.
An enormous free throw upcoming for the redshirt freshman from Wyoming, Ohio. 3-point game. You could tie it with a 3, obviously, if he misses here. You make it, all of a sudden it's a 2 possession game with just 7.5 to go. Belmont with nobody on the foul line for the second free throw.
Yeah, probably wise.
Don't want to risk a foul. Walker's second. Good. 2 possession game now.
Now just inbound in the front. Oh, they wanted a sub for Shanks. No sub.
They get it in. Daniel into the paint. Layup good with 3.8 left. Quick 2 points. Good work by Daniel. Now Shepard fouled immediately by Wolf.
Yeah, Casey Alexander wanted the sub for Shanks. He was at the scorer's table, and the sub didn't occur. The officials had to award it.
That was
very bizarre.
A wild sequence, and
the horn sounded.
The horn did sound in the middle of play, and I also wondered, did the clock start on time? Because there was 7.5 left. It was 3.8 when it went through on the other end on the make by Daniel.
Yes.
And he caught the ball at about midcourt and drove the. Now, that's time to do that, but he kind of weaved his way down there. It wasn't a straight line drive.
So you're saying a lumbering big man couldn't have done that in under 3.5 seconds?
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying if I were them, given everything that happened during that sequence, I'd be curious to get a second look at it. At the moment, neither team is doing it, or the officials aren't looking at it, but both teams are in a huddle over there.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the stoppage is now.
So they don't look at the time. There'll be 2.7 seconds left. 2-point game. Shepherd in the same situation as Walker was a moment ago. A 1-1 with a chance, if you can hit them both, to pretty much put this one away. First one is good. So it's back to a 3-point game. Shepherd now with 21 points. And he's been 5 of 6 at the line. One of his best days at the stripe this year.
Rattles in.
Drops. Got the home roll. And that should pretty much do it.
Now you just want Northern Iowa, if you're Belmont, to catch it in the backcourt, not something deep to where they could score in a little bit of time.
Anderson, baseball pass. Betts.
Hits the
misses.
rim.
And that'll do it. Belmont without a field goal in the final 4 minutes and change, but holds on to win a game it led by as much as 16 at one point. The Bruins win it by 4 and stay within a game of Indiana State.